Hi, welcome to Pop Culture Crisis. This is a bonus episode. I am Miracle, your host, and this is my co-host.
Brett, you did good. You did good.
Yeah.
I don't know what culture is, but you're doing good.
It's okay because I got a free sample from a distillery. What do they pronounce again?
McClintock. McClintock.
Can you say it in a Scottish accent?
No, I cannot. I can't do a We have a co-host today, though. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hey there, I'm Brian. I'm just one of the other employees here at Timcast. And
Can you do a Scottish accent?
McClintock? No, I can't.
I can't either.
Can you do, imagine, Scrooge McDuck?
No. Guys, we're here to talk. Guys, we are here to talk about The Batman tonight. We just got back from seeing it. We made the mistake of waiting to go on Thursday. I almost wish we had gone yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was extreme, at least in my opinion. If you want my early 1 second review, it was fantastic.
Absolutely.
And I want to
100%.
know what you guys thought of it. So
I thought it was great.
we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to put us into full screen
Spoilers.
mode. Now, everybody can see
Spoilers.
it. We're going to talk spoilers. We're going to go over our overall thoughts about it. This is essentially, if you want a basic breakdown, this takes place, the movie starts right as Batman is entering his second year on the job, per se. And we get him kind of coming into his own, dealing with the fallout from his parents, dealing with the fallout from the corruption of Gotham City, and really figuring out who he is as the Batman. There's a fantastic monologue, a voiceover monologue at the very beginning of the show, and it was one of my favorite parts of it. That's kind of lets you know that he's really working his way into it. So, off the bat, do you think it lived up to the hype?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, I
Absolutely.
love it. And also, I forgot to do another shout out. Thank you, Brainstorm Comics and Gaming. They were there giving out free comics, and I got 4 of them.
Very smart on their part,
Yeah.
honestly. I was hoping that, you'd think that more of these companies would be doing stuff like that. I thought DC was the ones doing this, but I gave them too much credit. It was a local comic book shop.
Yep.
that
Yeah,
was
it's a
there.
mom and pop shop. Basically, they told me here's free comic books, and also we're doing a sale for our other comic books that are also paperback but better covers, 10% off.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
good.
so that's good. I'm kind of upset because I lost their business card, but luckily I remember which street they were on.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so this movie, off the bat, this is directed by Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is a fantastic director. If you want proof of his work, go and watch the Silence of the Lambs. Go watch the.
Watch that too. It's a great movie.
Go watch the Planet of the Apes trilogy that he did. It's fantastic. This is a very, 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 very different take on Batman. Not from source material, but a very, very different take on Batman from what we've seen in previous movies. The first thing that you will notice with this film is he's in the bat suit almost the entire movie.
Oh, yeah.
Which is awesome.
And there's maybe one daylight scene and a couple of dusk and morning scenes that are still dark out throughout the whole thing. But in general,
It's all
almost
at
the entire movie takes place at night. You will notice that this is very much, it's true to form that this is a detective story. It is not a superhero movie. Not really, not in any way that we consider like your average comic book movie these days. As much as Batman is not a superhero, he's a vigilante. So that's very different. You have to adjust yourself for the pace. This isn't a very long movie.
3 hours.
It's 2 hours and 55 minutes, and you feel every minute of it. But I believe that the time that this movie allows to let scenes breathe, it allows the characters to develop and grow within the scene, and the world feels more lived in. Gotham is very much a character in its own right in this movie. And it surrounds itself with a cast of characters that are mostly, for the most part, villains. He's the good guys are basically it's him, it's Batman, it's Jim Gordon, and then it's Selena Kyle's not really a good guy. She's
she's
good. She's good guy adjacent. Good girl.
Anti-hero,
She's
basically,
anti-hero. So the first thing you have to get rid of is your standard expectation. To me, it felt more like the movie Seven. There's there's violent murders all being perpetrated by the Riddler, and in my opinion, other than Robert Pattinson, for the screen time he's given, Paul Dano as the Riddler steals the show. In my personal opinion, whoever did the voice mixing to give his voice the tonal quality that they did,
The depth,
did
yes, the raspy.
did a very, very, very fantastic job. He sounds absolutely. It makes a person who in the costume design for all the characters really is fantastic. You can very much tell that Batman does not have his full gear yet. He's still developing his tools because it's so early on in his career. The mask is very street level. It looks like he sewed it himself. And Paul Dano's mask as the Riddler is probably my favorite part. As far as costumes, the Riddler costume in this was maybe my favorite part in the whole thing as far as costumes go. Very memorable. I also want to point out there's a bit of the score at the beginning, and I'll play it for you guys off air, that feels almost the Michael Giannici, I believe that's how you pronounce the guy who did the score. Yes, Giannici. There's this bit in the beginning that sounds exactly like the score for in the show Arrow. There was a character named Prometheus who had this very jarring score for his character. It sounded very much like that, but after that, it very much becomes its own individual piece of music, and I feel like it fits with the kind of really, really stylistic, but really, really timeless quality that this movie has. It doesn't feel caught in modern day. There's one line that I don't even want to mention because it's pointless. It's there's a line that Selena Kyle gives that took me out of it, that I don't even want to mention because it felt like a studio note. It was very modern. It was very if you guys watch a lot of these reviews, I talk about buzzwords a lot and how buzzwords take me out of movies because it feels like you're literally seeing a screenwriter read something off of the news and then copy it onto a script. There was one example of this in the whole movie, and it took me out for about 2 minutes, but it was the least offensive. It was very inoffensive in the grand scheme of how good this movie actually was.
Exactly. It didn't take you out totally, right? I mean, it was abrupt, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah,
what?
like you looked at me. I was like, I rolled my eyes. It was stupid. I give that, like, the rest of the movie was so classic and evergreen that I give them a pass for this scene. So that part doesn't really bother me. Was there anything that you guys feel stood out initially? Like the very first thing that you think of when you think of this movie now?
The Batmobile, where it comes out, emerges from the flames. I was like, let's go!
Exactly.
I was like, let's go. And then Batman comes out, and I'm like, yes. I really love the design of the Batmobile for this one. I know it's like just like second year of being Batman, but it's still like really beautiful.
It's a retrofitted muscle car with a jet engine on it. So how could you not like that?
I love it.
The spooling up of the engine, it really riled you up. But yeah, to your point, it does feel like this whole movie was captured in like a different time period, maybe like in the 90s, the early 90s. But
they had cell phones.
They had cell phones and stuff, so it was just like
there was a scene when Catwoman catches a taxi, where one of the cars looks very old, and then the car behind it looks very modern. Almost like it was like supposed to be a mixture of time periods. He's dressed in clothes. I mean, granted, the 90s are coming back in right now, but his clothing is very 90s. His, he's wearing there's a joke in The Dark Knight where Lucius Fox says to Batman, he says, he complains about his suit, and he's clearly talking about the bat suit, and he says he's looking at him in his actual business suit. He says, "Yes, 3 buttons is rather 90s, Mr. Wayne." That's what this felt like to me. So it's Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, or I almost say as Batman, because he's very much not he's very much not Bruce Wayne for very much of this movie, and he's not the polished and Playboy-esque Bruce Wayne that is so famous from these other stories where he plays a very different person during the daytime than he does at night. He's very much just as weird during the day and standoffish and broken.
Because he doesn't get any sleep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
do you think he's going to develop that, since this is his second year and like Alfred does tell him like you need to build up your family's legacy? Do you think he's going to build that persona where he is that playboy that we love and know?
If we get to 3 movies, probably by the end. But it doesn't really fit within the context of the world that Matt Reeves is building here.
Yeah.
It seems like he's about to lose most of his fortune because he's not
paying attention to anything.
Exactly, Wayne Enterprises.
So we've got Zoe Kravitz plays Selena Kyle. You guys, because I went to the bathroom once. Is there a point where he learns what her name is? Because it felt like he just knew her name.
No, he just knew it.
He just knew her name.
Yeah.
Okay, that was like the one plot like skip, that there was no scene where he like looks into a database to figure out. By the way,
he already figured it out beforehand, right?
One of the coolest.
He's the world's greatest detective, so I wouldn't doubt he knew it.
But usually it's show don't tell. Usually they'd show him figuring it out. But I will say that this is very much a detective story. Most of it is him and Gordon going around finding clues, trying to figure out who the Riddler is. and then solving these things as they go, and he's playing catch up the whole time. There's a lot of themes about structural inequality and political corruption that play into this, but it's done in a toned in a way that fits within the story. It doesn't feel preachy. It feels like a timeless corrupt politician story.
Right. Have you ever seen The Bone Collector?
Yeah, I love that
Jess
movie.
and I are going to watch it this
I
weekend.
love that. You're talking about the Denzel Washington movie.
Yes.
I love that movie.
It kind of is reminiscent of that movie.
Oh my! It kind of
because it's in New York City
and it's raining the whole time.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Right?
And he takes the guy at in the cab at the very beginning of the movie. Yeah, that's you're right. And he took a thumb from that guy. So
exactly
that's,
right.
Yep.
That and this movie also reminds me a little bit of Saw because the Riddler does some interesting stuff with some
the
rats.
boxing.
They used their F word pass very early on in the movie. This is a PG-13 movie, which means they're granted one F word.
You notice there's less blood in this movie.
The violence is implied violence. The not horror, but the drama and the visceral reaction to any type of violence is usually done through music and tension building and less actual on-screen violence.
Just imagine if there's ever a Batman that comes out and he just has a snapping session. He just snaps and goes Deadpool on everyone.
That'd be so cool.
Wouldn't
because isn't there an actual series where he actually does it?
He just goes crazy?
Yeah, where he just kills everybody because he knows everybody's weaknesses because he does.
Well, that was a storyline where he figures out all of the Justice League's weaknesses, and then and he's got it in a database, and then it gets stolen.
Oh shit.
Yeah, well, because he does have a database of it, and he does make secret weapons against Superman. So imagine they actually
he's got that for all of the Justice League.
That's right. So it'd be more like the Watchmen style of gory.
We've got that's so funny that you mentioned the Bone Collector. Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon. I thought he did a really good job.
I love that.
I'm so attached to the James Gordon from Bales. So I have a hard time.
Bales.
I have a very hard time with any other. And then I shocked Brian when I told him that the Penguin was played by Colin Farrell.
Oh yeah, in the car he was like, "What?"
What?
Yeah. And I really do feel that Paul Dano is the MVP. If you give it, Zoe Kravitz and Paul Dano are the MVPs as far as guest cast members, as far as really owning the screen anytime they were on camera. John Turturro plays Carmine Falcone. That was really a very strange casting choice to me, but it worked out really well. Every character
sneaky, sir.
Yes, every character does this very, very new. All the mob characters do these very New York accents that I'm not doing that, right?
Come on.
Hey, what's the matter, sweetheart? But they're all talking like that. It's a 50s gangster movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And Andy Serkis as Alfred. They've abandoned Ra's al Ghul in favor of, at least it's implied here, that Alfred is the one that trained Bruce Wayne in how to fight. So they're not, because the mystical elements that come along with Ra's al Ghul don't fit within this world.
Yeah.
So they're going to more.
Also, I pointed out it's because he's the father figure for Bruce Wayne, so they're going along with the father figure line because he does throw out a line where he's like, "You're not my father," and he's like, "I know." Actually,
that was one of the few lines. I'm like, "Why don't you stop being such a baby?"
Well,
you're not my dad.
Yeah. Well, also, I was very touched when Alfred gave him his cufflinks, and he was like, "What? Are you a part of the Waynes?" Because he said,
"Dad gave them to me."
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh,
yeah." Also, I will give props to Pattinson for doing a very reserved and condensed, it's a very reserved Batman voice where he's just talking.
I think he nailed it. He nailed the whole thing.
It's not very different from his regular voice,
exactly,
except for maybe it almost feels like it's done in a way where the suit. No, it feels like it's different because the suit maybe compresses his chest or something, so it naturally makes his voice sound different. Not that he's trying to intentionally obfuscate it. I do always laugh when people are like I couldn't recognize him. He's just got the strongest chin line you've ever seen. And it's very clearly him.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It couldn't be anyone else. You look at it, it's very clearly him. I love it. Andy Serkis as Alfred. Oh, I also want to point out one of the things that I was worried about is they were going to go to make his dad the bad guy. And they do that in a way, but he ends up not being the bad guy because he goes to basically, what was it? That a reporter who was on Salvatore Moroni's payroll dug up dirt on the Waynes and the Arkhams, and the dirt that he dug up on the Waynes was basically that his wife, that Martha, was had mental health issues and was in and out of of Arkham Asylum, and he tried to pay this journalist off to keep that stuff from getting out, not because he cared about it. At this time he was running for mayor of Gotham.
Also, you forgot to mention her mother murdered her husband and then committed suicide.
Well, Martha's mom.
Yeah, that's why I'm
that's less connected to Thomas than Martha.
Well, no, it kind of connects to Martha, why she's in the mental asylums, because it's a mental snap because she became
past. Yeah. Okay. And from there, it's played off from the Riddler that he did it for political reasons, that he was doing it so that he could win the election. But the real reason is that it's because he just didn't want it to get out because it's going to hurt his family if that stuff gets out. And he was going to go to the cops and turn himself in after basically he goes to Falcone and says he saved Falcone's life years earlier, and then basically went to get his favor repaid. And he says, I need you to, can you get this guy to not, he's like, put the fear of God into this guy. And Falcone took this opportunity to have him killed so that he could use that against Thomas Wayne down the line. And then when Thomas Wayne says that he's going to go and turn himself in to the cops, they end up having him killed, or at least that's what we're supposed to be. They don't explain how or who. They just say that it happened.
That's a theory.
Yes, it could have just been a random guy.
Don't know. It could be the Joker.
Ooh, because spoilers, there's a clown in Arkham Asylum.
There's very clear references that everyone was speculating that Barry Keoghan, who played a character in the Eternals, but we won't hold that against him.
Yeah.
He was going to have this scene in this movie, and he does at the end he has a scene sharing prison cells in Arkham with the Riddler. So we go from there, and then I really didn't like I was hoping that first of all, Bella Real is the weirdest name I've ever heard.
I read it as real, but when
it looks like real.
Yeah, well, they have the Enye, not the Enye, they tally over the A.
I was hoping that they were going to take this opportunity to actually go against the grain and make it so that she was a bad guy at the end, but they didn't. She's supposed to be inspiring hope. I'm if you're looking for any politician for hope, you're looking in the wrong place.
You're basically screwed.
Yes. Yeah. But everybody else is definitely a bad guy. Alex, the commissioner, so Commissioner Savage, and then who was the other one? The district attorney. That was the one that Sarsgaard played. Gil Colson. And you're basically this movie is very methodically paced in the first two acts.
Yeah.
And then picks up very fast in the third act, but then slows back down a little bit towards the end. It felt like the scene with the flood at the end was going to be the end of it. But then it goes on for another 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. Huh?
So, and we're not I'm not trying to explain every scene for scene here, but
exactly.
I there's almost so much to cover that I don't know what to talk about.
It's just so beautifully shot too. That's what I love about it. But there's one scene that I wish they didn't really include. So they have a sound bit where it's a horror movie and they're walking into a abandoned orphanage. I wish they didn't really include it. I know it's a part of a clue that they're looking for.
What was the sound effect?
Oh, it's basically they're going to get killed. Sound effect, it's in every scary movie, but it's just a homeless man who's a drug addict.
Oh, a jump scare.
Yeah, it's
a jump scare.
It was kind of like a jump scare sound bit, but I wish
a couple of those.
Yeah, but I wish they didn't include that because I love the idea that basically he was an orphan because the Riddler. I mean
The Riddler was part of the orphanage that the Waynes were promoting through their, what was it called? The Renewal Project.
Exactly.
And he gets left behind basically because of when Thomas Wayne dies, the project basically falls through because it becomes all about they start using that fund as like a corruption sieve where all the bad stuff going on in Gotham goes through there.
Yeah. Sounds like No Child Left Behind.
Yeah, I know, right? Or I was like the Clinton Foundation.
Well, that one is more notorious for it.
Yes. So I just but it felt very evergreen. You're going to be able to watch this movie 5 years from now, and it will not feel like something that came out this year. It will not feel like something that came out next year. It will be something that you can watch timelessly, and that's very hard to find these days.
Yep.
So that is very good. I liked Andy Serkis as Alfred. He's much. They basically gave him a cane to explain away the fact that he's very young, like because Andy Serkis is not that old.
Yeah.
So like he's like got a cane, but he's just like in the same shape as Bruce Wayne, basically.
But I love it how he's in like holding the cane, but he's walking faster than.
I know,
actually
right?
pressing the cane down.
Yeah, he wasn't really like paying attention to the cane. It's all right. I also want to point out that the Wayne Tower. If somebody can fact check me on this, I'm going based off what it looked like alone. I believe it's the same Wayne Tower that they used for for Batman Begins. I'm assuming that's a building in Chicago. I'm not 110% sure, but I'm gonna go back and check tonight and see if I'm pretty sure it's actually the same building.
I also want to point out I love the club scene. The club, like
it's a beautiful set.
It's a beautiful set, and I love it how Selena is like, there's 2 clubs.
Yes.
And that kind of reminds me of Lisa. So if Lisa is watching this, I kind of want her to watch this movie and like review the club scene, because Brian and I were talking about it because she has like a side gig talking about stripper tales.
She does it. She had a podcast.
And cocktails.
Yes.
Yep.
And cocktails.
So, but Selena, basically. Zoe Kravitz embodies this character perfectly.
Yes.
She absolutely has all the sex appeal in the world. She could get any information she wanted from any guy on planet Earth, looking the way she does, and moving the way she does, and talking the way she does.
I love the fun fact that you told me about her her playing as Catwoman. They were like, she's act too much like a cat. Less cat.
Less cat.
Less cat, please, Zoe. But I love it. Like, no matter what. Like, she's so elegant with it.
And
like,
her
she's
stepdad is Aquaman. Or was Aquaman. Technically, they're getting divorced now.
Really?
I thought they are divorced.
Jason Momoa is married to Lisa Bonet, who is her mom. She's the daughter of Lisa Bonet.
How old is she?
And Lenny Kravitz. Well, Aquaman, Jason Momoa is quite a bit younger than Lisa Bonet.
I think like 5 years apart.
More than that, I think. But yeah, he's her stepdaughter. She's his stepdaughter, and at least until the divorce is finalized. But we did a topic covering it one day where he like voiced a lot of support for her in this role and stuff like that. So that's very cool.
Well, now they're in the same universe.
No, they're not, because this technically does not exist in that universe. This is a pocket universe.
Let me just have the fandom go wild with it.
They could bring him in.
Yeah,
I suppose somehow. Beautifully shot is an understatement, if you ask me. Matt Reeves has this really unique establishing shot technique where what he does is she shoots low frame in a room and he leaves it out of focus as people are walking into rooms, and he lets that scene just hang there as the music plays into it, and it really allows the mood for the scene that you're walking into to settle. And it makes it feel more real to you as you're going from place to place, scene to scene. And that was a very stylistic choice that I was a huge fan of. And he uses it in more ways than one, because he also does the same thing when the Riddler attacks the very first, the politician in the beginning. He then walks over and picks something up, and you can't see it because it's out of focus. He picks up the weapon again, and it's out of focus. So it's a very unique stylistic choice that I was a huge fan of.
Yeah.
The action scenes are average to above average. They're I don't think that they're not John Wick level action scenes, but they don't need to be. They're visceral and they're real looking for the most part. I do think that there's a bit of like waiting to attack, but when he's like fighting 7 guys that you can't really get out of in these scenes.
And he's getting shot from all sides by shotguns.
He's got
machine guns.
He's got the bulletproof. The bulletproof armor.
No.
Theoretically,
just imagine this. Imagine getting hit in the chest with a baseball bat.
No, I know.
Just once. Now multiply that by 30. Right. That's how many rounds he probably took, and then he got shot in the chest by a shotgun.
I guess
and that knocked him out for a little bit.
You would have so many broken ribs. You would just die immediately.
This actually reminds me of a scene I wanted to bring up. There was a great bit, okay, where he escapes the police station right? And then he has to put on his like hang glider outfit.
Oh yeah.
It was like the only CGI in the whole movie. The only bad CGI in the whole movie was him in the hang glider outfit. But there's a great scene where he's getting ready to jump. He looks scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks terrified to jump, and that's very early year. Like he's not so polished yet that he's not afraid of anything.
I wonder how they shot that scene. Did they actually go up to a roof or?
I doubt it.
I don't think they want to risk him or like.
But
looks. That scene was great because he messes up.
Yep. You want to talk about the shotgun hurting him?
Yeah.
That fall from between.
He would have just lost his head.
Yeah.
It would have been gone completely. So he
the bridge.
He swoops down, and he's about to land on this bus. It looks like, but instead his head meets a bridge. While going about
the back parachute.
The parachute catches the bridge.
Was it?
Yeah, it's the parachute
it's not
that caught it.
It's he gets under it, and then the parachute's billowing upwards and gets caught and throws him off.
Yeah, but it kind of makes him swing into the bridge, and then he tumbles.
He hits the side of a bus,
but he's still alive.
Yeah, and he's still alive. Also, I would love to see like a tally of just how many gallons of fake rain was used for this movie, because there ain't that many. Like unless they filmed this in Seattle, which they did not. This is the rainiest movie ever, but it's you need that for the tone of the movie.
Yep.
It fits within the context of this world. I think my other Colin Farrell as Oswald Cobblepot is hilarious and awesome and amazing. He deserved. He's getting his own spin-off, and I'm excited about that.
Oh, he is?
He's getting a spin-off TV show. And
I loved it.
He has this scene where he explains the difference between Spanish words under a bridge, and it's absolutely hilarious. And you would not know that you were looking at Colin Farrell.
Oh my God, we have to search up the website now because there's like
Are we gonna do it right now?
Please do it live.
What was the website?
So it's LE. I mean ELRAT
RAT
ADA, and then ARG.
I don't think that's right.
No, it's not. Because I lost the second part. But basically, this is like a little clue that...
the Batman website. There you go. Just look that up.
I'm not doing it. This is stupid. If we had planned this better...
Let's just do it now.
Please.
Come on, let's get it
Brett,
over with.
please. I need this.
We already opened up that box, dude. We got to look
We already have to do it. But basically, this is a clue that the
I need
Riddler...
to know what I'm looking up, guys. This is on you now.
Okay, Brian, do you know how to spell the last part?
No.
I know it's like an AR. But basically, the Riddler leaves a clue for Batman. They say that you are, how do you pronounce it again?
I'm trying to figure out that you're the one who stuck me doing this. This is stupid.
Well, because like I thought it was a really cool clue.
Yeah, but we're not ready to do this right now.
So just search up.
I'm not doing that.
Please.
Sorry, nope.
Please.
We're not doing this.
Dad, please.
We're not doing this.
Oh my God.
Dad, please. I need this.
Nope, we're not doing this.
I need this, Dad.
Nope. Unless somebody.
El Rata Alada.
Okay, can you spell it for Brett?
ELRATAALADA.com.
Say that. Oh, so ATA. And then
hold up. Hold up. No, there's no EL. It's just RATAALADA.
ALA.
But yeah, so the
.com.
So the Riddler uses this website. So him and Batman are like talking back and forth.
This is like 90s promotion.
Oh my God! Oh my God! It's real.
I need to quickly move my camera. What's going on? What does it say?
I'm not doing this live on air.
Yes, you
3
are.
correct answers and the truth will be exposed. Let's get started.
Let's do it. Come on, man.
Okay.
We got Google on our side.
3 correct answers and the truth will be exposed. Let's get started. What was new is new again. Rebirth, restoration, reformation. Is that a question?
Yeah, it's a riddle because it's by the Riddler.
Riddle me this.
Can you repeat the question?
What was new is new again. Rebirth, restoration, reformation.
What was new?
Somebody's going to have to give me the answer.
Oh my God, you can copy and paste this. You know this, right?
I'm just asking you to tell me what the answer is.
I can't type that quickly.
Brian? Anybody? I don't know the answer to this.
Hold on. Is it timed?
No.
Nope.
Okay, speak into it because I can't spell.
No. Anybody?
Brian.
What is new again? Rebirth, restoration,
Reformation. I don't know. I don't even know what the question is.
life.
It's life.
I feel like you're not even trying.
I am trying. Why?
What does it say?
Is that what it said?
Question everything, including your answers. Try again. It says you're wrong.
No, you answer it like a question, like Jeopardy. What is life?
Nope.
What the?
Haha. You guys are wrong.
Can you move your?
Okay, it's ERARGNY.
What?
Type it.
E
ERARJNY.
ERARGNY.
JNY.
JNY. I don't get it.
Why?
Not quite.
No, he said and why. Get rid of the letter N.
And Jess just says we're going to World War III. Gosh darn it.
That?
Yeah. You're incorrect. Last time. What? I swear we're smart.
I
Wait.
told you this was dumb.
No, it's not.
ERARJNY.
We got to do a new riddle.
Okay. Gosh, this is fun, guys.
I am first a fraud or a trick or perhaps a blend of the two. That's up to your misinterpretation. Interesting. I am first a fraud or a trick or perhaps a blend of the two.
Oh, I found it. Oh, I found all the answers. Yes, let's go, Google.
Let's go.
What's the answer? You're too
Hold up.
loud, Miracle.
Sorry. I got too excited. This is like Lauren all over again.
Who's
Okay.
Lauren?
Our guest on Timcast.
Answer.
I'm trying to
Oh,
look.
yeah.
We're cutting this out. You know
No,
that,
we're
right?
not.
No,
We're
come
cutting this
on,
out.
man.
It's too long. People aren't going to watch through all this.
They are definitely
Us-
going to watch this.
Us being really dumb.
Hold on. Where is it? Where's my answers? I'm a riddle of a fraud. Bruh, give me my answer. Add your. Hold on.
You've got 5 seconds. I'm closing this out.
No.
Hey,
Dad.
it's your show, man.
Dad, no. Dad, no.
No,
Dad,
we're
no.
done. We're done, dude. We're not. People aren't here to
Confusion?
watch us be stupid. They're here to. We're done.
Hint is confusion, apparently.
No.
No, Brett. No.
5, 4.
Oh my God, Brian, help me.
I
Because
can't.
First, okay. The answer is PBASHFVBA.
I don't know what any of that means.
Right here, just type it.
No, I'm not doing that. This is stupid. I'm sorry. We're reviewing a movie. We're not. This is not.
No, but this is so great because it gets fans interacting with this.
The part where we can't do any of this because we're not smart enough to figure it out.
I just told you the answers.
Technically, Google told you the answers.
Meh.
Buzzkill to everybody. Sorry.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
God.
Well, it's been nice, guys.
Bye. I'm over this.
I just. What?
So, let's get back to it.
Go ahead.
Mhm.
Let's get back to it.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
What are we talking about?
That.
Basically, how did Batman solve the clues? So
Actually, one of the coolest things about it was that he doesn't know there's a big part at the end where the Riddler actually does trick him, and he has to go back through and find out, and he doesn't actually stop the crime in time.
No.
That was like
Yeah.
the coolest part to me.
yeah, when basically the website plays in and he basically he thinks that it's the Penguin who's behind it, but then later he finds out that he's wrong. The riddle was supposed to be the answer is him.
Yeah. Yep. And so he I still can't 110% tell if the Riddler knew he was Batman or not.
Yeah, exactly. At the end, I was like,
he kept
well, not
saying
at the end, but
he kept saying Bruce Wayne to him, like, because Bruce Wayne was the problem.
it turns out he was just
But-
kind of bat crap.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was crazy. Like
Yeah,
I couldn't
like
tell
literally
if
insane.
he actually knew it was him or not. So that was really interesting to me. Like plus that whole scene is really carried by Dano. Dano. I don't know if it's Dano or Dano. I say
He did tremendously well in that.
and he was I think when this movie was announced, he was the first person when he got on board that I was really, really excited. So that was very, very cool. I think other than that, you're gonna have to temper your expectations for like the tone of a movie because it's very dark, and it's very very not even keel. It's long. It's just long, and you have to be okay with that.
You ever seen the Batman series, the animated television?
Yes, I love that.
You know how dark it is?
Yeah.
It's like it's not even designed to be a kid's movie.
No, it's not.
Right? And so I felt like when I was watching the movie that they took kind of the same approach with this particular Batman.
Was there more than one theater showing the movie? I think I saw some parents there with kids for the movie, and I was like,
that's probably not a good idea.
Poor kids, like they're like younger kids, or at least they're like they took a picture with like a Batman statue that was at the theater. Maybe they weren't there to see Batman, but it definitely isn't a movie that's there for kids.
I don't think it was meant to be for kids, right?
Yeah,
but they had to tone it down.
Well, it's PG-13. Technically, you could still bring them there with parental supervision. I don't know if it's because technically Spider-Man movies are PG-13 too, and Spider-Man is not the same thing as what we just watched.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of room for what does that mean? What does PG-13 even mean?
Well, I think the standards...
Like if that's PG-13, how is Spider-Man No Way Home not like PG?
Exactly.
I think the standards are now changing because everything is now like people are less like.
But Spider-Man No Way Home just came out like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
how was that? I guess the scene with Aunt May would be fairly traumatizing. I guess to a young kid if it was their first time seeing it. I did get a kick out of Officer Martinez, the guy who was like, "Hey, Bruce Wayne."
Oh yeah,
and then he was there again at the apartment when he finds when Batman finds the clue.
Completely different tone with Batman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. So I really liked it, and I don't know if it's a movie I'm going to go back and see twice in the theaters. It's very long to do that, but I think it's absolutely worth going to see, and I want to see this movie do $100 million this weekend.
Let's hope it does.
I want to see movies like this get the. I don't want all comic book movies to be a sky beam at the end where an evil villain is trying to take over the world. I'm sick of it.
It doesn't have to, and plus, like Batman is not one of those superheroes that has superpowers or OP, and like you imagine you're like one of those superheroes like Superman. He's like an average man. It's kind of like how Kick-Ass like first got the idea. Like he wants to help the world and the city change, but he's just one man that's not that strong, so he uses his resources to like basically
there are gadgets. There are you are not going to just
the
because
Bat-ring.
Well, no, I was thinking the video contacts. That was like the coolest thing.
Oh yeah.
Basically, he to like record his crime scenes, like when or like his fights with bad guys, and then when he gets access to a crime scene through Jim Gordon, he has like contacts that record everything he sees. I also want to point out it is weird. It's kind of surreal to see him like just hanging around with a bunch of cops like half the movie.
Exactly.
Like, he's just hanging around. I was like waiting for a scene with him eating a donut with a bunch of cops. Like also it was like I felt like they didn't there's a scene where Carmine Falcone gets arrested and like he doesn't own all the cops in Gotham. That scene didn't feel earned to me.
No.
Like how do you know none of these guys are on his payroll? Just because they're there, they could still get him out of prison later. Like it's not like they rooted out all the corruption, right?
100%.
Also, I like the scene where like he's surrounded by cops and they try to take off his mask and like he like punches one of the cops who tries to do it because they pulled the part where it's like the bat ear and they're like, I want to see who it is, and he's like, nope.
Also, there was weird bat drugs at the end where he takes like he injects himself.
Oh yeah, with like adrenaline or something.
It's
right?
adrenaline.
It didn't say adrenaline on the thing though.
No.
Did it? It was like green.
No, it's adrenaline. Basically because he got shot and like he's kind of woozy and he can't get up, so he has to like.
It's just a straight shot of methamphetamines. 300 cc's
well, no.
of meth.
Also, they had like their own drops.
Yeah,
their
drop
own
heads.
Also,
their own drugs called drops.
Also, I'm not over this Riddle website, so basically I found it on Reddit, but they had different set of questions. Like one of their questions is, I can be easy or dead end. Be careful when you cross me. What am I?
I'm guessing a road. I have no idea.
A street.
A street?
Yeah, and then the second one is what's black and blue and dead all over.
That was from the movie.
Yeah, like that's what they got from the movie, but they're not giving me the answers from the actual website, which is like irritating me because I really want to know it.
So what's is that it? Is it just riddles from their website?
Yeah, it's just riddles, and like I'm trying to search it up, and they're like, nope.
If Anonymous wants to go ahead and hack
answer, yes.
Well, like the answer that I gave you, it's basically the capital letters that I showed you on my phone.
EN. That's not a word though.
No, so like the first question that we got, what is new? What was new is new again. Rebirth, restoration, reformation.
Restoration, reformation.
Yeah, so Brian was right. That was the answer.
I am always right.
That was the answer. So I don't understand why it wasn't on the bottom. It says the correct answer to the quiz.
I see it, but it's not a word. So
it's actually nuclear launch codes.
I don't know what that. Like it's if it is a word, it's not a word I've ever heard of.
You don't need to type it into this terminal. You type it into the one over there.
Yeah,
and then like they have the second one where I showed you where it's capital PBASH.
These aren't words.
They're not words.
They're not supposed to be words.
Why not?
Why is it not words?
This is not a review. We're not reviewing anything now. We're just.
This is fine.
We're just
fine. Everything is fine.
It's fine.
Why is it not a word?
We'll just title this video "The Batman Hangout."
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. I found riddles and answers.
This is stupid.
It is stupid. Give me the.
Calm down.
No, it's not giving me an answer because I did have a riddle website that like was going to give me an answer, but
this is a rabbit hole that deserves its own like 1 hour to 2 hour like just deep dive.
Yeah. Wait.
It's
I might
renewal.
just do that on my own.
Oh, it's dumb. So the first question was renewal,
Okay.
and then if you go to the next riddle, I'm so mad.
It's just
I'm
front
so
for the
mad.
Green New Deal.
I'm so mad. And then the second one is confusion for the answer.
Wow.
Brett, put it. Confusion.
Nope.
Please.
Well, it's already past that question.
What's the new
next
question?
It was I am first a fraud or a trick or perhaps a blend of the two. That's up to your misinterpretation. It appeared that's all it is. I don't understand.
Wait, it went back to it? Oh, yeah. So basically I'm a fraud, I'm a trick, it's confusion. That's the answer.
Yeah, exactly. I am confused right now.
Seems you think
It
you
does
have
make
all the
sense.
answers, but we'll see about that.
Oh,
Okay.
Here we
What's the new
go.
one?
How about another? Fear he who hides behind you.
Okay. And that one's mask.
Oh, really?
You've unmasked the truth. Try one more riddle.
Okay. Watch us get a virus.
It's the first one. What was new is new again. Rebirth, restoration, reformation.
And that one's renewal.
Oh, that was the name of the program in the movie.
Yeah.
That's right.
And if they ask you one more question,
You didn't say the magic word.
Okay, so we got it. It's like I didn't even think about it like being connected to the movie in any way.
this is so cool. Okay, what's the next question?
That's it. It only gives you 3.
What
Really?
did it say?
Okay, because like they give you on this website, it's called riddlesandanswers.com. Basically, like there's a next question if like you
Click for reward.
click it.
I've been told to never do that. This is like the thing that says "hot moms 5 miles away."
Click it.
Doctors hate him for this
Oh,
one
no.
simple trick.
It's an art. I am not downloading a zip file.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Never mind.
I'm not
But
doing-
I'll do it on my own.
Okay.
yeah, but basically,
I'll upload it to like Instagram or something.
Perfect.
tag Brett in it so I can see it. But basically, there's like a next question that says, "What squeals louder than a caught rat?"
A caught rat?
Yeah,
I have no
A
idea.
bat.
several caught rats.
Oh.
It's dumb.
I'll shake your hand.
It's dumb, but yeah, those are like the 3 riddles.
Guys, go see the movie. Basically,
see it.
Yeah, 100%.
Go see the movie. It's absolutely worth your time. You'll have a lot of fun. I would say Pattinson stands out more than I thought he would, and I gave him a lot of credit, but I thought he was going to do more of both Bruce Wayne and Batman. But he stands out as Batman, and that's a strong showing from him.
Yeah,
in
that's
the first one.
That's where he needs to be.
So it really is a character he's kind of designed to play with his brooding personality. He's not Superman, that's for sure. Like he's not Clark Kent. He's very much in tone with Batman.
Yeah,
So
which I really love.
okay.
I love this movie so much because like we don't get to see a lot of like his persona being human.
So it's absolutely a detective story. So if they make a sequel, what would you like them to focus on?
Well, since they have like a little teaser that Joker's gonna be in there, I want to see.
I wish they'd skip it and not do the Joker.
Well,
I don't think they need to.
I kind of like what Brian said if they did Two-Face, because Two-Face, if you guys don't know,
Maybe that's who it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It felt like they used the word clown in his speech. So
and to
it's
laugh.
it could be a misdirect.
I think it's going to be like sort of a prequel to another movie that's going to come out about the Joker and the Batman.
Yeah.
But this one will focus on the Joker, the next one that comes out.
I don't
Yeah.
think they need to do that.
I don't think so either.
There's talks about doing like a humanized Mr. Freeze in one of these because of
No, get Arnold Schwarzenegger.
get Schwarzenegger back, like, and they could
And then
do that.
Joaquin Phoenix. Just forget about everyone else.
They could absolutely do that with Mr. Freeze. As silly as that sounds, he's got a tragic backstory with his wife being ill and him trying to save her. So like there could absolutely be a way that they could do that. So I give it a strong recommend. If you could see anything else in the next movie, what would it be?
Two-Face.
No, I definitely see the Joker. But like I said, it's going to be a prequel to develop his backstory for this particular universe.
I would prefer they brought in Deathstroke. I really do.
Well, Deathstroke.
Bane will be in this one.
No, I don't need Bane. I would like.
I
bring in
want to
Deathstroke.
see like Two-Face, honestly, because like since this one was talking about corrupt government.
Yeah, I mean, it
They
depends
should-
on if that's the focus for the next one. If they continue to focus on corruption,
Well, they got to rebuild the city too.
They have to. Well, like
they have to build it back better.
It's just going to be like an hour of, Batman with a mop.
well, I love it because like this city kind of reminds me of how LA and New York are going now.
Yeah,
Like
Yep.
it's just a bunch of homeless people. There's like a bunch of corruption. Nobody wants like to clean it up.
yep. So,
And like when you elect a politician that claims they're going to clean it up, they won't.
well, it's a story as old as time there. So I mean,
Yeah.
they can continue to focus there. I'm guessing they'll bring Maroney in. Or wait, was Maroney still alive? I don't remember if Maroney was still alive. He's not in the movie, but I'm saying like if they might bring him in as a character. In a future version of this,
Right.
So I'm not interested. I do know that they were talking about doing Death in the Family. They were talking about Court of Owls. Court of Owls would fit with what happened with his parents here.
Yeah.
Perhaps his parents were more corrupt than he thought. So we'll see.
Maybe, but dude, that part where like Alfred was in the hospital and he woke up from his like critical condition. He was like, "You lied to me," and he was smiling to see Bruce, but when he said "you lied to me," like that smile went away.
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh, don't
And
do that."
Andy Serkis is a fantastic actor, and just glad he doesn't have to wear a mocap suit.
Yeah.
If you guys ever want to watch an example of fantastic acting, go watch the behind-the-scenes stuff of from Planet of the Apes, where they have to have these deep emotional scenes, and Andy Serkis is wearing like a mocap suit, pretending to be a gorilla, while they have these deep emotional scenes with Woody Harrelson. It's fantastic. And also we get there's a possibility that we get more of Paul Dano as the Riddler because he's not dead. He's still there.
That's right.
Though kind of the mystique is gone now because the mask has been taken off. But he did really good in his scene where he's unmasked in the room with Bruce behind glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real Jeffrey Dahmer lookalike.
Yeah. Yep. So, guys, go see it. I
Yep.
can't give it more than that. It's the strongest recommendation. Please, guys, go see it.
Do you guys want to watch it a second time?
That's a long time commitment to go see a second time. Honestly, if Chris Carr asked tomorrow, like, do you guys want to go see the movie? I'd probably go. But for me, it's like I'd have to time my bathroom breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the hardest
definitely.
part. I had to like go to the bathroom again, like the second half.
It took me off guard. I didn't even look at how long the movie
Yeah.
was. And then I looked over to you and he's like, there's 50 more minutes of this movie.
It's long, man. It's a very, very long movie. So I can't say if I could have one more thing, it would be to add Slade Wilson in the sequel. I would like to see them do that. There was we covered the other day. There was a proposed Batman movie where Slade Wilson was going to basically murder all of Bruce's family and friends, or like the people in his life, and it was going to be a very dark tone. That was going to be for an Affleck version of Batman. I would like to see them try to implement something similar here.
I want
think
them
that could
to
be
do
done
it
very
with
good.
Robert Pattinson because I feel like he can convey that emotion better than
Very
Affleck.
depressed.
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
very depressed the whole movie. That's like
Well,
this
it's
is-
like he's kind of like embodying like Edward from Twilight. You remember, like he was so
Exactly.
depressed and like brooding the whole time. Like that's what everybody loved
That's because
about
he didn't
him.
have enough iron in his diet.
That's
very
true.
somber. He's very somber the whole movie.
No,
He's very-
in that movie he was a vegetarian, so that means he only ate animal blood. That's it. He didn't eat human blood. That's the difference.
I've never seen Twilight.
Wait,
No, that's
a vegetarian
That only drinks
animal
blood. That makes no sense.
no, that's how they explain it in the movie.
But why would a vegetarian eat animal blood?
No. That's how they explain it because like
A human could give you blood more safely.
No. So this is how they explain it because like Bella like goes up to Edward and she's like, because like she got cut on her neck and like Edward's like family was like kind of like salivating, but they didn't want to eat. They didn't want to like suck on it, and like he had to explain like yeah, like we're all vegetarians, but it means like we only eat animal meat, animal blood.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
I know, but that's how they explain it in the movie. That's how they say it in the movie. Okay. Leave me alone.
Okay, I've never seen Twilight, thank God. So that's just me.
The last movie was like trash.
Okay.
Because they had to like CGI the baby like growing up, and it was like so weird because like the baby had weird drooping eyes. It like came off from the face. It was like nightmare fuel.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Like go watch it. You'll see it. Like basically.
Was it intentional?
No, it wasn't. Like it was just bad CGI work.
I don't want to see that.
No.
It's like nightmare fuel.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
Because they hired a child actor, but they wanted her to be like a infant, but they didn't want to hire an infant.
I don't think you can hire infants.
I mean,
there's something around it, but
lease loan, contract that out.
Yeah, you could contract it out. But basically, like she's growing up in the movie, and like, there's the part where like she's a toddler and her eyes are drooping, but around.
We're cutting you off, guys. Go see the Batman.
Yeah.
100%.
Go see the Batman. It's long. It's worth your time. Absolutely, go see it. Tell everyone your social media.
Yes, OG-Helmsway, and I'm on Instagram only. I'm considering making a YouTube channel, but that is a lot of time and effort there. But I do plan on doing a little bit of a deep dive on this whole the Batman mysterious website. So
yeah,
I will let you know more once that comes out.
Post it on your Instagram.
I might do that. Yes. So you need to be subscribed in order to see that.
Also,
or follow me on.
Also
Instagram.
tag Pop Culture Crisis on Instagram.
There is no.
I mean Facebook.
Yes.
That
doesn't
literally,
work.
I'm only on Instagram.
No, you can share the link
I can?
in the description. Yeah.
Well, then I would just might.
Like basically get all our socials and just copy and paste it out.
Yep, all of your social security numbers right now. I'll post them online.
That's great.
Miracle, share with everyone your social media so they know where to tell you that you waste our time on websites.
I don't have social media because it rots your brain like how I rotted everybody's brain trying to solve riddles.
Maybe it wouldn't have annoyed me so much if we weren't like using Google to find it. Like if we were like sitting here working out a cipher, it would have been a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but I'm like, we're just not Googling well. Like. This would be different if we're like looking up clues and playing.
Well, I told you.
It's the algorithm. It's purposely, kind of throttling
I told you to copy and paste the questions.
I'm doing the camera switching and the looking up. I don't have time to copy and paste.
BS.
You've got a keyboard right in front of you.
You have a keyboard.
I have this shitty.
I'm typing on my phone that has like water underneath the case. I think it's gonna kill my phone before the phone explodes in my pocket.
Your phone is mad at you for using Google to figure this stuff out on air. And
yeah, exactly.
We're so bad at being detectives that we can't even Google well. That's how bad we are.
Okay, so speaking about being bad detectives, so basically Andy and like half of Timcast staff like took me to this arcade place and they had an escape room. Dude, like the first like 10 minutes we were terrible detectives. We didn't know what was going on and our time went down and we were like, oh my god, and we were just like panicking the whole time until like everybody had like a big brain moment.
Keeping everybody real humble here. I wasn't there for no, I think
you left because you were like,
Brett, I want to play a game.
Saw is coming. Jigsaw is coming back.
So, guys, we apologize for being poor Googlers. It's what
I know,
happens.
like everybody's like the answer's right there.
I hope you've had fun because we did.
Yes.
We thoroughly enjoyed tonight.
It's
it's well deserved.
It's good to have a little fun at our expense because we were poor Googlers and we had fun at the movie. So guys, go out and see it, please. Per my highest recommendation, I would put it above Uncharted. As far as where it stacks next to Spider-Man No Way Home, you can't even really compare them because they're not even close to the same genre of movie, in my opinion. So if you want to follow me on social media, you can follow me on Instagram at Brett Dasovic. That's if you want to if you want social media to rot your brain, you can rot yours with me.
At least you do cool shit like, skateboarding and
yes, exactly.
awesome tricks.
Well, you have dogs.
And cats.
Yes.
And cats. Like, people like that.
Yeah.
I just don't have anything.
If you like Boston Terriers or German Shepherds, boxers.
And kitties. No?
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay.
I mean, it's all in there.
Well, aren't you going to display some of your weaponry?
Weapon?
I don't know. I made up
No.
words.
I don't think so. I think I'm just going to keep it,
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
guys, also follow us on the YouTube channel for all the segments for each video every day uploaded to the YouTube. Like the videos, subscribe to the channel, leave comments, and in all of the description boxes for all of the videos, there's a link to the Spotify playlist, which has the full unabridged episodes of Pop Culture Crisis. I promise you, they are more organized and better focused in their topics. So if you're looking for more general commentary, that's what we do there. The movie reviews, we always come back. It's like late at night. We're just having fun. We're just
What time is it?
yeah, it's like
Midnight.
It's tomorrow morning. basically.
we're just out having fun here tonight, guys. So like I said, Spotify, also on Pandora, on Amazon Music, and on Apple Podcasts, and then follow us on social media. We are on Twitter at popculture_show, and then we are on Facebook and on TikTok at Pop Culture Crisis, and we will be back with a full episode of the show on Monday. We'll see you then, guys. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.